Here's how you do World 3 Skip at Unmasked. There are essentially 3 parts. One is getting the Robin Hood token, second is climbing up to the balcony, and third is clipping through the door. For everything I teach, I also highly recommend checking out what other runners do by looking at their PBs, and do whatever works best for you. Timestamps are available for each part you'd like to learn. First is this token blocked by an invisible block around this area. This will be an easy jump to learn, but to do it well in a run will take some practice. I like to use the camera angle the game gives you walking up to the structure, which looks like this. To get the token, you first have to jump on this part of the railing, then jump off the railing outward to go around the invisible block, and to do a ground pound to reach the top. First, I like to jump around this part of the railing, as this railing is really jank and sometimes sends you flying out way too far or farther than you expected. When jumping up, I like to use this part of the background here as a visual marker to help know how far I need to go out to get around the block. Finally, when ground pounding, you want to shake the joystick back and forth as this makes the ground pound go higher and further. Height is the biggest problem when it comes to this trick, besides the bad collision. The more you jump around with the railing, the more you'll understand its physics, so keep at it. Also, when you collect the token, I personally find it nice to press the roll button getting out of the pop-up in the air as it automatically puts you in a roll. Here's the trick in full without any interruptions. To climb up to the balcony follows a similar concept to get to the token at first. Jump on the trash can and double jump down right. After your second jump, roll the joystick to the left and ground pound while using the back and forth motion from earlier. If you got enough height and are in the right spot, you should land on the edge of the lamp. Don't stay here for too long though, just so you don't fall. Jump onto this part of the railing here for solid ground. From here, you do not want to land anywhere in the middle of these lamps. You can only stand on the ends, so double jump over to the other side. Jump once, and while falling, press the roll button. I find the wall on the right gives you more height, but either way, I recommend doing another ground pound and shake to make sure that you get on this invisible ledge. From there, I find holding down left can give you the camera angle you want, and then jump up to the balcony. From the testing I've done, do not do a ground pound up from this invisible ledge to the balcony, as that gives you the wrong camera angle. Jump back down to get the camera angle again if you don't get it. Here's the climb in full. Now to actually clip through the door, first you want a camera angle that is constantly above Scooby like this. Once you have this camera angle, head over to this part of the railing here and jump up. Then turn the camera to have everything look like this. If the camera is fighting you, press the trigger button to reset the camera and it should work now. Also, if for whatever reason the camera does go back to looking at Scooby like this, jump back down to the invisible ledge to get the camera angle again. Back to the railing, face the camera in this direction with Scooby looking to the right. Some find it useful to create a triangle with the edge of the screen here with the textures in the floorboard. Personally, I just try and line Scooby up with the door frame here. Either way, this is the ideal position that you want the camera and Scooby. From here is the hardest part to understand since it's so unlike everything else in the rest of the game. Essentially, what you're trying to do is glitch out the camera and use a spin buffer to deload the door entirely and hit the load zone on the right. I urge you to look closely at what is being done here since the biggest problem with this trick is timing everything. So from here, double jump straight up like this, and when Scooby is getting inside the camera as so, press the trigger once to begin making the camera freak out. From here, hold upright and press spin and then press jump. After doing that once, roll the stick all the way to the right and continue the pattern of pressing spin and jump, and eventually you'll clip through the door. This buffering of the spins needs to be done slower than you think, at least when I personally do it. Most of the time, the reason why you're not clipping through the door is because of the timing with spinning. Therefore, I would personally work on you getting crazy camera angles first and then move on to the timing of the spins once you have that down. Eventually, you'll get the feel for it and start getting this pretty consistently. And when you do get it, you should feel very accomplished as you just saved more than 10 minutes in your any percent speedrun. And here's the clip in full. If you need any more help, comment or ask the Unmasked Speedrunning Discord link in the description.